Hi, my name is Rachel Pepper and I'm head of social and content at Next Ventures. Last week, I sat down with Kelly and Yaz, who are co-founders of Verve, which is a fantastic organisation that was set up to encourage more women to get into the tech industry. So they coach and they teach and they support women wanting to make that move, and they kind of show them how they can leverage their soft skills to get their foot in the door and then thrive once they're in the industry. Neither Kelly nor Yaz actually come from a tech background. Yaz now works at IBM and Kelly works at Accenture. The lack of female talent in the tech industry and in male-dominated industries in general is something that we see a lot of in our line of work. We're kind of at the front line of it. So it was really interesting to sit down with the girls and talk about something that they're so passionate about, and kind of discuss why there is such a shortage of females in the tech industry, what companies can be doing to combat that, to obtain and retain more female talent. And Kelly and Yaz also shared some pearls of wisdom from their own experience of advice for young women trying to get into the tech industry. So it's a really interesting conversation, and a lot of really insightful takeaways as well. We do tech recruitment. Obviously it's a male-dominated industry, and when we do our grad schemes each year, we want to get more women in. We love having girls here. Some of our most valuable talent are female consultants internally, but what we're finding is not as many women go up for these roles. What is it that you think is holding women back? Why do you think there is such a shortage of females in the tech industry?
So at sort of college level and then again at university level for degrees, there's like a drop off because of the perception that it's a lot more difficult. But then I think even once women get into tech, if they don't have a culture that's very like inclusive or diverse, women switch as well. So even that lower level of women going in there from the beginning, and then people, like women, will be leaving it because their culture isn't inclusive enough.
What can they do to make women want to stay in these companies and retain that female talent?
Yeah, so with IBM, they've got a real push for women in tech as well. There's loads of initiatives going on. It was a really, really nice surprise that they're really flexible. If you need to leave a little bit earlier to pick your kid up from nursery or anything, you're able to do that without worrying about how that's gonna, like view you in their eyes. And then because of that, I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually stay here long term. Of course, as you go up within leadership, I think there's still a lot that can be done in terms of trying to gain more women leaders. However, I think there definitely is a push to try to get more women in tech and retain that talent as well.
What would your advice be to a young woman who's got that passion, that drive, and really wants to get into the tech industry, but is maybe a bit holding back, a bit hesitant because of those kinds of issues?
So know that you are good enough. When you first start your career in tech, you're going to feel lost, and that's completely natural. Loads of people do. But then when you look back a month later, you're going to realize, like, oh my God, how far have I really come? I've learned so much. One of the biggest advices that were given to me was always to get to know people wherever you are, because that person might be the one to help you get that promotion.
And you can use LinkedIn, and you can speak to us and get some advice. You can speak to recruiters and just get a sense of like what opportunities are out there, and what like guidance is out there to kind of help them decide what is going to be best for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's so many different methods that people can use now to network. It's not just going to an event and having to walk up to a stranger. You can use LinkedIn, you can bring up a recruiter. Like, these are the kind of people that deal with this stuff every day, and they have solid advice, and happy to have a chat with those people that maybe have some questions. That sums up my questions, but thank you so much. It's been really interesting, and I know that Verve is still kind of in its infancy, so we really look forward to seeing what you guys do.